What is up, YouTube? We're going to be talking today about the very basics of ICD-10 CM, International Classification of Disease, number 10, clinical modification. So ICD-10 has been updated from ICD-9, and there is a clear structure how you look up these codes. So I'm just going to give a basic overview of how to look up ICD-10-CM. And for those of you who have had questions that ask about ICD-10 or versus ICD-11, I will be talking about that in a future video. So stay tuned if you're interested in that. So I am going to look at the basic steps of CM. Step one, look up the term in the alphabetic index with the alphabetical list of terms and their corresponding code category. You then take what code it specifies, and then you verify that code in the tabular list, which is a structured list of codes divided into chapters based on body system. Now, when we're talking about diseases and disorders can work two ways. One, a disease or an injury. So if a person has a congenital leg condition or a condition they were born with, or a disease they acquired in the alphabetic index, they would look in the disease and injuries index. The external causes index would be if you got injured. For instance, you broke your leg in a car accident, you fell off a cliff, there was an airport accident. So things that happen to you would be external causes, accidents, assaults, that type of thing. So not only do you have to think about the alphabetic index and looking up your key term, in step two, you have to verify that code, but you have to ensure you are in the proper part of the alphabetic index. The book also contains tables, neoplasm, and table of drugs. I will be doing a video on neoplasms and table of drugs separate from this video. So if you're interested in that, I will be making that one next so you can see how the tables are used in the ICD-10 CM manual. So first two steps, go to the index, look up the injury or disease, and or see if it's an external cause. And then from that alphabetic index, we are going to confirm in the tabular list. So let's go ahead and do one, and I will demonstrate and you'll see how this goes. So we have our first diagnosis here, dermatitis due to digested food. So I am going to show you how to look up this dermatitis. Keep in mind, this is diagnosis coding. So we're going to be looking up the diagnosis, derm, skin, itis, inflammation. So inflamed skin due to ingested food. So we're going to be looking for that particular information. There's an excludes note here and all of that, but this video is just for the purpose of showing how you look up codes in the ICD-10 CM manual, and I will get back to the guidelines in another video. So as you can see here, this is an ICD-10 CM index to diseases and injuries. And we want to be in the diseases section, not the external causes, because we know that dermatitis happened internally. It was due to them digesting food. It wasn't an accident. It wasn't a car accident or anything. So we had dermatitis due to digested food. So that's what we're going to look up in our section. We're going to look up dermatitis. Okay, so I'm seeing dermatitis, C, dermatitis, contact, allergic. Do you see how it's getting us close to that area? So we have to see dermatitis, contact, allergic, and I am getting there to that section. Dermatitis, we have L27.2 here. That is looking very good to me so far because anaphylactic with contact, that is it. But I'm going to see if I can find it in another section. That says burlap dermatitis. I don't think we have that word in it, so we could probably skip that one. So we're still in the B's and C's now. Now I'm finally in dermatitis in the actual category. You see it is highlighted there, dermatitis, allergic, C dermatitis, contact, allergic. Okay, so we're gonna go down to look at contact as it told us, then allergic, and it is taking us to contact, and then we have allergic. We've got our L23 here. I'm still looking if there's anything in particular that I want to look at. And there are a lot in here. And it said that they did ingest something. So we're looking for ingested. This one says ingested cereal. This one says ingested food. So I'm looking at L27.2. I would then look in my tabular index for this particular one. So, in using your book, I was going to use L27.2. So, this is our tabular list, and the tabular list is where you confirm and read about your guidelines. So, we were in the skin, and they did have dermatitis. It was because of ingested food that caused the problem. And look, it is L. So, we know that we were looking in the right section when we looked up our dermatitis in our index. So I'm going to go down to the L27 category and we're going to search from there and see what we find. So scrolling through this L section that I'm noticing, I was going to L27, but on my way I noticed L23, allergic contact dermatitis, and I thought, oh no, am I in the wrong section? I thought I was looking for L27. However, when I go here past L23, it does say dermatitis due to substances taken internally, L27. Oh, okay. Phew. So I know that L27 is correct. And where I was going for an internally ingested item. And allergic contact dermatitis due to food in contact with skin, dermatitis due to ingested food, allergic dermatitis due to plants. So I'm thinking L27.2. It keeps telling me that. So I'm going to go down to L27.2 to see if all of this is exactly what it's telling me. Dermatitis due to ingested food excludes dermatitis due to food in contact with skin. So our actual example did not say anything about it being in contact with the patient's skin. If we're looking at the example, it just says dermatitis due to ingested food. And as we see, our answer is L27.2. So there'll be pointers all over if you land in the wrong section of the ICD-10-CM manual. You just need to make sure you are following those key steps of going to the index. So you're going to go to your index first. And you're going to make sure that you are looking in the right index, because if it is an external cause, like something happened because of a car crash or something like that, that would be a totally different index. So we start with our ICD-10-CM index, and then we go in to confirm what we find in our index. We write that number down, and then we go into our section of the tabular list to actually look up our codes. So just remember those first basic steps when you're just getting started with ICD-10-CM. Look things up in the index. Make sure you understand if you're looking up an external cause or a disease or injury. Also, make sure you know that you may need to write down those codes that you find in your index so that you can confirm them in the tabular list. Just as I did earlier, I thought, okay, we're in the skin. I know we were in skin area. The code it was giving me was L27. And when I came to the actual tabs, I am confirming, yes, in L00 to L99, I do have skin and subcutaneous conditions. So I know I'm in my right section. And from there, I can search my code. So I hope you learned a little bit about the basics of ICD-10-CM and the basics of how to look up a code. If you want to learn more about this type of learning and class, there is a free course, as you see here at cms.gov, that you can follow along with a free training and my videos and get a certificate at the end of knowledge for free. So if this is something that you're interested in, join me for my next video where I explain more about ICD-10-CM. Thanks everybody for joining me for this video. It means a lot for you to listen to me here. The last couple of weeks have been a whirlwind as I've been getting a lot more of you watching my videos and commenting. So thank you. Please like, subscribe, or hit that notification bell so you can hear more about any shortcut out there, whether you're trying to have YouTube be your shortcut career, or if you're trying to get a medical career in health information technology, medical office, or anything like that that is remote. I'm all about the teaching, training, and tutoring, working on updating my channel name. Maybe you can make a recommendation and suggestion to what my new channel name should be. That being said, everyone, my name is Carla at Carla's Career Shortcuts and Tutoring. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.